get to that. There's one thing I want to add. There should be another bullet point down here that says not just after obligations, it should say marketing, because marketing is required if you're going to actually make it. So in other words, I might do a video or so every couple of days on a trending topic or a current news topic, because there's no way you're going to be practical and not have an audience, unfortunately. And that's something that I was kind of doing prior to this. I was like, oh, if I don't get an audience, whatever. No, listen, if you're going to be practical and make something out of this, you have to market yourself. So that's it. That's this entire game of life thing. And I kind of wanted to cover the entire room, which I did. So that's nice. And that's all good and dandy. But, you know, there are certain things that I need to get done today, so that are part of this game of life, this GRL series Rush. So we're going to dive into a rushed version of the series item catalog, which is, just to summarize, class 1 items are things that my guardians got me that I don't want anymore, that I simply am tossing out. I'm removing anything that my guardians got for me from my life, because there's been a lot of turmoil between us. And basically, long story short, I would like to detach myself and become independent. And I have been doing that for the past year and a half, but it doesn't feel quite right, because every time for me mentally, just to walk into the room knowing that this is theirs and not mine, that they got this for me and not that, that is a very self-limiting reminder to walk into in your psyche, to walk into something and not be comfortable with where you are, simply because you didn't earn it with your own two hands. To know that I was not the principal person who brought about my means of sustaining myself. I did not make my living from these. This is not my chair, not my table, not my clothing, not my food, not my basic necessities that I purchased with my own two hands, with my own money, my own hard work and effort. That is a bitch, because I like to do things on my own. I like to be the reason why I am able to live. I want to be able to support myself before having someone else. I don't want to be dependent on someone else, in other words. And I've been doing that for the past year and a half, but I never got rid of the items in my room that belonged to that someone else got for me. So, long story short, I'm going to get rid of them. And those are class 1 items. Class 2 items are things that are throwaways, garbage. Class 1 are things that, of course, may or may not be thrown away, but they're, so there's a mix. You can be a class 1 and class 2 item. Class 3 items are things that I bought, that I'm going to purchase, that I keep, to replace the items that I'm going to toss away, whether they're class 1 or class 2. And class 4 items, of course, are gifts that I will accept because they're from volunteers, they're from friends, they're from employees and coworkers, from people who have actually treated me as family, as opposed to family who have not treated you as family. And that's very disappointing. But everybody has problems in their lives, and my story is not much different. We all have our struggles. Long story short, those are sort of the main 4 class categories, and there are a couple of items that I have to toss away, absolutely, because of the rehash in the game system design. Up in the title, game reset, I've added a secondary principle, the top tier principle, being I have to achieve something. So the first thing I have to do, absolutely, as fast as soon as possible, is I need to get rid of some of this stuff here. Even though I won't be able to cover the details of each item, it's sad, but I have to toss it out. So first of all, this is food. But the most important thing is, food wrappers are fine, but anything that is organic, I have to toss out immediately, and there's no question about that. Inside here is actually a rib bone that's that was half eaten, and I left it in here for over 2 weeks. So, opportunistic pathogens, rot and decay, and it's really, I never got to it. Over those 2 weeks, I never made a single video, and I was supposed to make a video on this. I did not. but it's time that I toss this out because it's organic matter and it's gonna rot. It's gonna stink up the entire room, and I could get sick and seriously ill from this. On top of that, there's going to be another item here that I need to toss out because of, again, organic matter, and that's 2 banana peels. So right here, again, this is very rushed. I usually like to cover, I want to say why buy bananas, because of potassium and the health benefits of potassium. I would go into that, and I would say that what's my food schedule. Usually I get a banana every single day. I have 1 banana a day, kind of thing. But I don't cover that in this video because, again, just being practical, I'm rehashing my system of living, of trying to win at this game, or really live my life, or I don't know, run a successful business, or all these different analogies of life. Yes, I'm trying to be practical now. So skipping all the details and saving them for a future video, these are things that I had to toss out immediately. So let's just go downstairs right now. And I'm probably going to remake this video on Periscope as well later on. And I'll have to upload this on YouTube as well because I have to be practical what has to get done. So what I'm going to do is going to take this downstairs. So this is actually all the organic matter I have. Organic matter. This is all the biological shit I have in my room, all right? Like, that's actually going to make me sick. All this stuff here is just wrappers, so no sweat, or they're contained. It's dry food or whatever. But this stuff will rot. It will grow moldy. The banana peel is actually already growing too. I actually see mold in the banana peel right now. So like, why don't we just like take this downstairs before it gets any worse and starts spreading shit all over my room? So I think I will end the live stream pretty much on this note here. So I would toss this down here in this garbage can, or take it out, most likely even. Compost the banana peel here, and just inside here, actually, I want to cover this tin can, like this plastic. It says butterfly, whatever. Butterfly biscuits. I'm probably not too enthusiastic about taking out the rib bones, but basically they came from TNT. Like, it's a Chinese supermarket. I had takeout food, and I ate it, and I took it like back home, back to residence with me, and brought it here. And inside is also, it's basically wrapped in plastic bags that I use for almost like a lunch bag to bring to work. That's a no frills yellow bag right there. This is like a Metro bag. That's the white plastic bag, and there's the chopsticks. I might open it up in Periscope when I make the next live stream, but that's about it. Otherwise, I don't see much other point than ending it off on this note. This is most this is mostly the end of this live stream, and I'm going to continue off on Periscope right immediately afterwards, and then just go straight to work because to mention, I actually have another thing I need to get done for one of my colleagues. A very good friend of mine is actually leaving. This is his last day at my company today, and I wanted to get him some mooncakes because it's a mid-autumn festival for all the people who are, if you're East Asian, Chinese, Vietnamese, you know what I'm talking about. We celebrate mid-autumn festival. It's the night of the full moon, and I'm gonna get that for him. So it's a double whammy. It's a mid-autumn festival, but it's also my good friends, my mates, last day at work here. So I'm gonna get him some. So I gotta go. With that being said, this is Ahn Rho signing out from episode 124 on Twitch. 125 on Twitch. This is a rushed version of, yeah, it's like the analogy in this game of it would be like basically doing a party quest, but you're doing a rushed version of it. I mean, do you guys understand what that means? I think you do because this is Twitch. But anyways, I'm gonna rush through this and just say, that's the live stream for our one live stream episode 125 of the Ahn Rho Project sub series GRL grill. Okay, and that's all about it. I'm gonna move on to Periscope. You can find me on YouTube. The channel is Just Someone, and also on Periscope and Twitch, it's Ahn Rho, or Instagram. Ahn Rho is the moniker that I would like to use. It's just that, yeah. But anyways, that's it. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't tuned in, leave comments or share your stories or whatever if you want. Anything relatable, that'd be great. I will always try to read them, get to them, but obviously I'm just starting out and I don't believe I have any viewers. If I do, that's perfect. I always appreciate the support. With that being said, this is Ahn Rho signing out from, what's it, Friday morning, about 5:20 a.m. in the morning. I'll see you in the next episode right here on Twitch, Periscope, or YouTube. Take care.